two areas of activity in the textile and chemistry sector. A company which has its own R&D department and dominates both export and market in Turkey. The industry has been in the top 500 for approximately 17 years. Flokser operates in both the Turkish market and abroad. It supports at its factory in Hadımköy, particularly with the products we developed in artificial leather and polyurethane. We dominate the market. Flokser, with its own products developed in its own R&D department using innovative technologies, creates a difference from its competitors. We are over it. We had a project to improve our system and network infrastructure. We met with various companies within the scope of this project. ITserv was one of them. As a result of the meetings we held, we thought about working with the IT service company that understands us the best and offers the most suitable solutions to our needs, and we developed a joint project. We have a very successful project, our system network infrastructure project that we call Hyperconverge. We did this project together. What was our problem at first? We had a problem a year ago. Like everyone else, our capacity was 95% full. We didn't even have an environment where we could test the backups we took, because we were operating at 95% capacity.
I am working, and these backups we have taken.
We were confident, we believed we could return. Due to the intense operation of the repeat system, we also had a big performance issue. For example, the accounting department was closing the month and year in a time span of 8 hours. Our daily rehearsals used to last 20 hours. You would appreciate that it's about 20 hours. You start taking backups. After a certain time, you won't be able to take daily backups anymore. It doesn't come to that point anymore. In our disaster center, we wanted to throw every file, every server, but we have about 100 virtual machines, and we couldn't assign our full machine. Why? The bandwidth in between was not enough, the machine's capacity was large, it took too long.
For us, SAP is our main program.
Our ERP program. Taking backups of SAP is very vital for us. We could only take backups of SAP once a day, that too. There was a backup that took about 4 hours a day. No other operation was performed while taking the backups you gave up on, it wasn't blocking. We currently have 750 terabytes of data, but we see it's only holding 20 terabytes in the background. So we have compression ratios like 25:1, 30:1. With this deduplication compression, we saved a lot of space. Taking backups, restoring from backups is now child's play for us. We can back up in a minute and a half. We can get it. We can turn to the moment we want to eat in a minute and a half. This could be a disaster environment, or it could be a local environment. It's enough for us to just run a health check on it. This speeds up our work a lot. In addition to this, the accounting department, as I just mentioned, reduced their end-of-month reports from 8 hours in the SAB at the end of the month to 1 hour. In addition, the duration of our long-running reports has been shortened. People were very happy with this performance increase. Users have returned to us with very positive feedback. In addition to this, our project had another extra feature for us. Currently, both IDC and BT News have an impact on the market and won prizes in competitions. One of them came third in Turkey in the Technology Captains competition by Betabe in digital transformation. This project brought us the third place in Turkey yet again in the system and infrastructure project on the production sector of his family. While we were doing all of this, as I said, we worked with ITserv, and there were 724 operating systems. The systems had to keep running. We managed this risk process with ITserv without any interruption, not even a second of interruption. Under normal circumstances, we need a replication software for our disaster system. Along with this replication software, an internet bandwidth speed. Now, this SimplyVT product we use has something to our disaster side, that is to our disaster recovery center. Our files, we've started automatic backup. While doing this backup, without any necessity for writing in between, without increasing the speed of our current internet infrastructure, systems provide this speed up automatically. We will ensure that the data goes to the other side, to the disaster. Under normal circumstances, when we think of it as an old standard IT, we have to purchase a server storage and we have to establish its backup systems. And we're backing these up. We have to set up a separate software, a separate system for this. You can't keep these backups in a separate system inside the current system. You have to have a separate space. We too had our old classic architecture, but when we moved to hyperconverged architecture, we no longer used any redundant issues. We keep the backups we took automatically in the same system, and when we want, as I said, by right-clicking, by saying run, we can open servers of terabyte size in a minute and a half and run them live. We wanted everything to be backed up because our system needed to be up and running all the time. And for this reason, every server we took, every service we provided was duplicated because of what we thought we were consuming resources and also costing us a license. Is to eliminating the cost of this license to use resources more effectively. We are now past hyperchronology. We are now using only one system. The system itself is self-sufficient. Since it operates its own cluster, we don't need a separate cluster software, a separate replication software or anything. Everything is inside a single box. It is ending and we're taking our backups very nicely for this. Especially, we had detailed trial balance reports from our accounting department. They were very important for us. And since we had a lot of transactions, it would take about 45 minutes. We didn't make this report after switching to the new system. And when we switched to the new system, we didn't do this either. That is, we didn't change the system resources, whatever the old system resources were. Same as the Remix CPU. We gave it to the new system and received it under the exact same conditions in 45 minutes. We now get reports in 7 minutes. The backups you take, because in normal classic architecture, you take a backup, then you incrementally increase the sub here. And you can't reach anywhere that there's a break in the budget. The model in Simple is very different. Think of every backup you take as if it actually ends. You can think of it as a backup that runs on its own. And we can increase our capacity at any time of the day, at any minute. Let's give an example. We are now backing up every hour, whereas we used to take one backup a day. Running a health check on it takes about 1.5 minutes of your time. In 1.5 minutes, we can scale our live system to terabytes of size with SAP, or we can make it worse. Normally, it would take us hours to get the memory that SHP eats. Right now, it is only compressing and unifying the changing data for like many seconds magnitude. We can take these backups approximately 30 seconds, maximum 45 seconds. At these levels, we can take our backups. Our complete backup process used to take 20 hours. Now this backup time, we have reduced it to much shorter times, to the level of minutes. Even the backups during the day, we intensify the differing data to the disaster. When we look at the whole picture, our 20-hour gift has easily dropped to 1 hour or even less. Our compression singularization ratio is one of the most important features of Brun SimpliVid, in my opinion, the most usable. Knowing one of the features that saved the company's life.
We have 800 terabytes.
We have data, we look and see. But when we look at the list, we can see it as 25 terabytes.
Compression areas are changing.
But in the middle of the month, we're going with a compression ratio like 1 to 25, 1 to 30. These ratios are much higher in Resasi. With Disaster, we can compress it to 1 to 40. So our 40 TB size, our terabyte series is just appearing as 1 terabyte. I'm saying the verse for a few reasons. It's important. The first and most important one is a very boutique working company. So whoever you want in the company,
you can reach from the lowest level to the highest level whenever you want.
The second thing that is important for me is to be there when there is any problem. Everyone can be by your side while you're selling one day, but after the project comes to life, you may not find the same people from the first day, but that's not the case in ITserv. Whenever you have a problem or a question, they're always by your side. They perceive your problem as if it was their own and do their best to solve it. When making investments, especially in these environments, people can think more than once. I mean, this job has a cost, it has a duration, there is resource planning. We were very happy to work with ITserv in our projects, but while doing this, other companies can definitely talk to other competitors and get a sample demo called POSI from all of them. As a result of this demo, the systems we use, so they will already see the efficiency of hypercommerce systems. I think they will work with ITserv because they will see ITserv's way of working, its work quality, and how it approaches people very well.